Hola guys, welcome to the Button Life. This is our little Flor. She is growing so much. That is where I store my flour. And then you're going to see my little dog Polly right here. She's old. She's going to be 10 years old. And then here are a couple of the tinctures. This is fire cider. My first time making it. Everything's holding up well. The garlic cloves had turned green, but I read that that was okay. They're not spoiled. They're just greening because of the vinegar and all the chemicals process that is happening. I made some garlic and honey. The honey's turning very runny, which I'll show you a little bit later here. And then I have my sourdough starter, and I'm a rebel sourdougher. I don't discard daily. I don't believe that's what my grandmother was doing because they didn't have a lot of money to waste discard flour, and she only cooked, like baked, once a week, but she kept her starter going. So that's the approach I'm going. And then here is just our very simple fall decorations. Most of the things here I got for $5 or less because we do live on one income. That tablecloth we've had for 4 years now, picked it up for $1. The flowers for 25 cents. These were $1. And then we went out to harvest some zinnias before the cold takes them. You're going to see here that these are loofahs, my first time growing them. I am growing a fall garden. This is from one loofah plant on the right side, cilantro in one, some lettuces, carrots, broccoli. That's more loofah from the same loofah plant. So I got some carrots in there, some broccoli, and some cabbage. Whoa. So all of this I think is going to go, and I have not been able to check on the berries underneath, so we'll see where it happens. While I was cutting my zinnias, I think what I've decided to do next year is net them so this doesn't happen. I had them tied up with some yarn and a couple of posts, but it wasn't enough with our winds. And my husband wants me to lay down weed fabric just to make it tidier. He prefers a tidier garden. I am 100% a messy gardener, though I do like my kitchen tidy, and my husband likes the kitchen messy, but the yard tidy. So next year we'll try this method of putting them down. I'm not going to plant the zinnias in the same place. I was able to avoid mold this year, and I would like to avoid it next year as well. So we'll have to see in my little yard where we will move the zinnias. Some of them, like the two front pink ones, got nipped when it got super cold last night, but some of the inner zinnias seem to be pretty well protected. And I love the little ball zinnias, and these orange ones are my husband's favorite. And then here is the final bouquet. Lots of ball zinnias, which my husband likes. And then another type of zinnia, put some lemongrass in there, some marigolds, a few of the cosmos that managed to survive this cold weather. And I believe I have one yellow snapdragon in there. Ah, there she is. And I think this is the last hand harvested bouquet we're going to get this year. And if I want flowers, we're just going to have to get them from the grocery store. This was also the first year I was able to grow snapdragons. They lulled during the summer, and I decided not to do anything with them, and then they flushed back when the fall weather came. Pothos, they're doing very good. I have a couple of spots on my pothos. Yes, I have a sink full of dishes as well as a sink full of dry dishes, and this is where I keep my pothos and my African violets out of the way of my cat. This one right here will get a little bit of grooming, like this leaf. I will my goodness. Oh, there we go. Like this one has spent its life, but then we have, I don't know if you can see it, this one, a brand new leaf beginning to unfurl. And then I will rotate it. But I did turn the coffee maker on, so I'm gonna have to scooch that away from it because that will scorch my leaves. Just rotate this. This is where she stays in all her glory. Yep, and this is just the dirty leaf. And then I have been waiting so long for my African violets to bloom. finally did. And then it gets cold, and they just, there, all you do is pluck it. And I do not. I don't really like houseplants, but I keep these ones because I actually do like the African violets. I'm trying to convince my husband to let me grow some lemon, lime, and orange trees inside. So cross your fingers, wish me luck. I am in the state of Nebraska, Zone 5B, so I can't grow tropical things unless I were to have a greenhouse that's dug 3 to 5 feet in the ground, so that way they could survive our winters. But I would love to try to grow these things inside. Hasn't bloomed at all. This one is my baby one. It bloomed like beautiful pink, and then it has not bloomed since, but I mean, it is loving its life, clearly. Some of its leaves are old, but that's quite fine.
My long string. Shall attack the flower.
I had African violets previously, and I propagated them last year, and they were doing good, and then they all just died on me. So I had to restart, and I've been trying to get the ones that I had last year. This is the purple one, what got me started on this, so I don't know. Is there some houseplants that you guys like to do? I'm also thinking of doing more cooking videos. Let me know what you think. So, I like to, that has a little bit of water damage, but I was aware of that. Some of the water got on it, as well as some of these leaves. This one's my most prone to water damage. Like if a drop gets on it, I gotta rotate her in the sun. She's healthy though, looking very good. So, yeah, like I said, this is where they reside. Yes, it does get a little cold in the winter. I used to be able to open the window and let the light in more, but we got new neighbors, so yeah. So this is what I do. And I just do a little adjusting with my pots. And that is what the top looks like. And like I said, it's our kitten right there. Kids, this is a typical night. My husband's been working overnight hours, so I just thought this is the... Here's my dog. This is just a normal household.
Come on, Flower. Come on.
Child doing dominoes, laundry. Full trash can, water pitcher, food out. My tinctures are looking good. Stove, coffee pot. Yeah, I'll clean those flowers up. And then I'll be bringing you guys along for how I do dairy-free recipes. Yeah. And then I have my sewing stuff, and I need to get a command hook for that reef because it keeps falling. And this is my table.
They're running.
This is my first time making apple fire cider, not apple cider, and I used jalapenos. I don't know if I'll use them next time. We'll see. I've been drying some chilies out. They've done an excellent job. They're not molded. They're dried out, literally just dried out. These are super hot chilies though. So I'm thinking I'll grind these up. These are my tomatillos that I have just left out. They've done nothing. I wasn't able to do a big tomato harvest. My tomatoes got blight, so I couldn't preserve them, but I'm excited to try butternut squash. This is a butternut squash. I'm going to try a recipe with coconut. We are a dairy-free household, so I have to do substitutes for heavy cream and buttermilk, so follow along and we'll try some cooking together soon. So we were almost successful in growing one.
Oh, nice. Oh.
Almost successful. We just have to buy one from the store.
Yep, and that's how a squash walks.
And that is it for this video. Just normal life. The kids cleaned up a little bit. I hope you have a wonderful day and that you'll join us next time. I'm going to try to be more regular. I had just fractured, or actually I broke some of my toes, and then I had some other health problems creep up. But hopefully I'll get a couple of videos out a week. Have a wonderful fall. Bye.